Good morning, everybody. This is Jack with the Trading Tribe. Today, I wanted to make a really cool video helping traders with how to get out of a trade, when to get out, why you're getting out, just kind of discuss the exiting process. I think a lot of the time in trading, this is kind of one of those gray areas that can be pretty tricky, especially kind of the newer you are in the market. Sometimes it's hard to tell what's the best strategy. So I want to talk about how I get out of trades, when I know how to get out of trades, and kind of my reasoning. I think this can help a lot of beginners and a lot of even intermediate and advanced traders. So if we look at natural gas today, right, it was a pretty obvious uptrend, right? The whole day it was uptrending. I liked this 3.76 level. This acted as a high multiple times, and then it broke out of that level. And like I've shown on my channel before, I love these breakout retest trades. So when it came back to that major level, I love trading off of that because you can have a clear risk point, a clear reward, right? And it respected the level twice, which was great. And then it did another breakout and respected that new level twice as well. So it ended up being a great trade about 4 times throughout the day. But the more important part, especially today, is when to get out, right? If you're in a trade, that's only half the battle, right? You're going to have to make your entries as good as you can, and you're going to really have to focus on entries as a beginner. But even if you are a trend trader, and even if you are getting great entries, the next thing that really matters is getting out and getting out effectively. So if you notice today, I really only had 2 key levels, which was the good part. So it was a pretty simple day in terms of like where I was interested in on the chart. And when I did get in, right, I got in multiple times today, but on the main trade, right at about 7 a.m. Central, I took this trade when it did come back to that level at about 3.76. And the way I set my target, so if I get rid of this level, the way I set my target, right, is based on past levels. And, this is kind of an opinion based strategy. I mean, there's a bunch of different ways to get out of a trade, but the way I like to get out is I like to get out when it makes sense, right? So if we look to the left on the chart, where did the price go last time? Because that's the safest bet, right? If we just hold forever, that's not good because the trade could easily go against us if we're too patient, right? And then if we're just basing something off of a risk to reward, like we want to make $100 and we're just selling it right when it gets to 100, that's not effective either because you're not giving the trade room, you're not letting the trade work. So I kind of like a happy medium strategy where I'm getting out when it makes sense based on past price action, basically. So in this case, right, I got in right here at about 3.76. Like I said, I was interested in getting out when it tested these levels at right about 3.8, because last time it got there about 3 times, right, it got rejected every single time. So for me, right, it would have been a great trade to hold all day, but you don't know that, right? And at the moment when you take the trade, you have to be smart about your exit. And I like to set bracket orders so my exit's kind of automatically in there right when I get in the trade. And that's just kind of a preference I have so that I can multitask during the day. But basically, that's kind of how I navigate my trades. So as you can see, right when it got to that level, I got out, and sure enough, right, it did turn back around. I ended up getting back in at this retest. So if we stretch this level out to the right, I ended up getting in again later in the day, right at about 9:30. Same thing, right? I figured out where it went in the past and I got out a little early, obviously, because it had a great push. But basically, I got out right around 3.84 because, right, the last 2 times it had gone there, it had gotten rejected. So again, I had a realistic sell point at both entries and I got out there And almost every time, right, it did what I thought. So right when it got there, enough people got out of the trade to turn it around. So this is kind of the happy medium that I like to use when getting out of trades and kind of figuring out the area to pay attention to. I think this will really help all of you guys. And if you guys try it in the next couple weeks, please comment down below and let me know how it goes. Thank you so much.